"You are not authorized to wear that medal in my courtroom." The judge's voice cracked like a whip, his gavel slamming down as every eye in the room turned to the man in full uniform. Standing silently in front of the bench was Sergeant First Class Thomas Reeves, a tomb guard at Arlington National Cemetery. He stood at attention, unmoving, his Medal of Honor glinting softly under the overhead lights. But it wasn't the medal that upset the judge. It was the man wearing it. The courtroom fell silent, thick with disbelief. Even the bailiff looked unsure of what to do. Reeves didn't flinch, didn't blink. He simply stared straight ahead, posture rigid with dignity, not defiance. His attorney tried to speak, but the judge interrupted him again. "Remove it. That medal is not relevant to this case and is a distraction to this court." Gasps rippled across the gallery. Reeves had been called to testify on behalf of a fellow soldier being wrongly accused of insubordination. He wasn't there as a defendant. He wasn't even there as a witness to the event. He was there because he had earned the respect of every man and woman in that unit. His testimony could shift the case, his presence already had. But to the judge, who had never seen combat, never saluted the fallen, never heard taps at dawn, it was just another shiny pin. What the judge didn't know, what he hadn't bothered to check, was the story behind that medal. 3 years earlier, in a remote Afghan province, Reeves had dragged 2 wounded comrades from a burning Humvee while under enemy fire. He used his body to shield theirs during a mortar strike. He refused evacuation until every last soldier was accounted for. For 36 hours, he fought, bled, and held a perimeter alone after reinforcements were delayed. When they arrived, they found him unconscious, covered in ash and blood, but alive. So were the men he saved. That medal wasn't a distraction. It was a testament to what honor looks like when the cameras aren't rolling. And yet, in a courtroom built on justice, the very symbol of sacrifice was treated as a violation of decorum. Reeves remained silent. His hand did not move to his chest. His eyes stayed forward. But it was what happened next that shocked everyone. A voice echoed from the back of the room. Firm, commanding. "Sergeant Reeves, hold your position. Do not remove your medal." Heads turned as a tall figure stepped through the courtroom doors. 4 stars on each shoulder. General Wallace, chairman of the Joint Chiefs. "This soldier has earned the right to wear that medal anywhere in this nation, including the halls of Congress, including this court, and certainly in front of any man who presumes to sit in judgment over those who've bled for this flag." The judge stood, flustered. "General, this is highly irregular." Wallace cut him off. "What's irregular is your ignorance." He walked slowly to the front, placed a document on the bench, and said, "Effective immediately, by federal order, you are recused from this case. The Department of Defense has reviewed multiple complaints against your conduct. This is not the first time you've disrespected service members from your bench, but it will be the last." The courtroom erupted in murmurs. Some people stood, some saluted. The judge, red-faced and silent, slowly gathered his papers, realizing his career had ended in the presence of the very honor he tried to dismiss. Reeves never moved, not even as Wallace turned to him and saluted. "Carry on, soldier. Your presence here reminds this country what justice should look like." The case was later thrown out. The accused soldier was cleared of all charges. The video of the incident leaked online, sparking a national outcry. "Tomb guard disrespected in courtroom" became a trending headline. Veterans groups rallied. Congressional leaders issued statements. The judge was quietly forced into retirement. And Sergeant Reeves, he was invited to the White House, where the president simply shook his hand and said, "You said more standing silent in uniform than most do with a microphone." He never sought fame. He returned to Arlington, to the silence, to the 21 steps, to the sacred guard of those who will never return home. Because that's who he is. Not just a hero, a watchman for the forgotten. So true honor doesn't demand respect. It simply reveals those who've forgotten how to give it. And when dignity stands silent in the face of arrogance, it speaks louder than any gavel ever could. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.